Welcome to the Land Your Bet Sports Betting live show. Man, your boy's frazzled. Got a a last minute. We need to look at the balcony on your condo and you don't have a say in this. So that's been the last 45 minutes of my life. But happy to be back on a show. I'll make it go a couple minutes longer here. I think we're about to get Daft on here. I just saw your message, Daft, and I believe live show producer David's hooking it up with an updated graphic for us so we can get in there and get you on here taking some of your looks as well. We got 10 games on the slate. We already got a ton of people bringing their looks, which I much appreciate. I've got some bets on the card. We're going to get Daft in here with his bets. So let me just go ahead and jump right in to what we've got going on. All right, I'm going to start sharing my screen, get into Props Madness. We'll get Daft on here in a minute once I get once David's done with the appropriate graphics. We got, we're working on the fly here, man. All right, so a couple of the bets that I have already rolling. Let me pull this up. I'm looking at, let me get my card back up since now I've been distracted from basketball. I love Walker Kessler today. I kind of just love him in general, but I got Walker Kessler. Let's just go right to the Jazz, right? I mean, that's everybody's favorite team. Just going to get right into it, honestly. So obviously give this video a like and do all this stuff that I always ask you to do. It's super helpful and much appreciated. But if I go right to the best team in the league, the Jazz and their backups, everybody, I'm looking at Isaiah Collier. Unsurprisingly, I already took him. I don't know, is it still 17.5? Yeah, I got this pretty good money. You could even get a 16.5 on MGM if you want it for minus 155. But why would we stop now? I don't know. So we're just going right back to Isaiah Collier. And this Lakers defense is about to get worse. Like no Max Christie, that was everything kind of holding and bandaging what they had going on together on defense. Their up top defense was very nice on the season for a bit, and I believe it's just going to keep plummeting now that you've got Luka as well as like Austin Reeves, and then LeBron James doing what he does, which is play as much offense as possible. But all right, Daft, let me get the invite. Probably should have sent you a link of some kind, right? I'm gonna send that to Daft. We'll get him in here and get his looks as well. And we are going to be making sure, we were talking about this last time, we're going to be making sure that we both are looking at the comments to see what you guys are bringing and see if there's any looks. Since we already know our picks, we don't need to spend a million hours going over them. Hopefully you guys watch the episode that comes out the night before, sometimes the morning of, and then that gives you an idea of the looks that I already have on the card. The other one I went with, and I'm sure Daft had this, I believe he did, Bobby Poe. This is down to 17.5. I should have waited on the points. The rebounds I'm great with, but I took the points and the boards. I took the boards 10.5, 12 plus, 13 plus. So I laddered him. I don't know that he's going to start. He didn't start last game, and they started Kuzma. Still played 30 minutes. Was their whole offense in the second half when they kind of made a bit of a comeback and still lost to the 76ers there. But yeah, they did lose that game, right? Am I not tripping? Just make sure I'm not tripping. Hold on one sec. Wait, what happened? Hold on. Oh, Daft's here. All right, cool. What's up, Daft? Thank you.
Let's
they won. All right, they beat the 76ers. My bad. What's good, bro? I was wrong about something.
What's good? Just dealing with my ego, really. That's what I've been battling with for the last 12 hours. I think you're aware.
Did you lose some money?
No, this guy reselling my picks. It really got to me, but we're good now. We're good.
You good now?
Think. Yeah.
You got your apology?
I got my it should have been handwritten. Like, yeah, that's one thing I would say, but
Jesus. Dude, I had someone too. If you're in the Discord, I put this out earlier. I'm never going to DM you and ask for money. So if someone's making has a profile image of me and they have period JL at JL period boogie, whatever, like, it's not me. I'm not going to ask you for money in a DM where I hit you up like, yo. And also my English won't be as broken as the bots or whomever is hitting you up from, Latvia asking you for money. It's not me. So
I got the exact same thing. And unfortunately, I think 3 people have reached out to me to say that they've paid it. No. And they're paying it in Bitcoin. So it's not like you can contact your bank to say, hey, I got scammed. So yeah.
Oh man, that's tough. No comments, but yeah, just don't trust anybody that's asking you for stuff via DMs with a link. Like the IRS is like, we're never going to text message you asking for money, or like that's not how it works, man. It's a little bit more official than that. So keep that stuff in mind. I hate that that's even something we have to say, but all right, let's get right into it, man. Because I was a few minutes late, so that whatever, not even get into it, but I was a few minutes late. So I've got I've talked about Isaiah Collier. I also have Walker Kessler on the card, and now I'm talking about Bobby Portis. Any thoughts on all three of where I'm of those homies?
Well, Bobby Portis made the thumbnail for both of our videos.
That's right. I saw that.
Yeah. I love Bobby and those beautiful eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was all over it. Love everything about Bobby. With no Giannis playing more than 30 minutes. He's an absolute beast. Thinking about how this Warriors team is going to play defense. A lot of pressure on the ball. Bobby's going to be sitting in that high post. He's going to have a lot of opportunities to score, to pass. He'll get rebounds naturally with Quentin Post out there stretching the floor. So, yeah, love everything about Bobby today, but I'm not the only one. I took his PRA, 29.5. That's moved up to 32.5. And I still would take it. I'm that big on Bobby. I think I just hate knowing that you've lost value.
Sure.
So, ego aside, I still think it's a good number.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, your ego should be inflated if people are going out of their way to steal your picks to then try to resell them to their 10 subscribers. 32 and a half. I'm not gonna say it's low. Obviously, I wish that I could say he was just like inserted into the lineup starting and then maybe feel better about like 32 to 34 minutes as opposed to feeling like 30, 32. But I don't know how you could watch the last game and what he did in the second half of last game to bring them back on offense and be their spark and then just not play him more than 30 minutes. Unless you're Doc Rivers and you do stuff that nobody understands, which could happen. But yeah, I think Bobby's the play in here. And then before we come back to this one, the Utah game real quick, did you have anything on my boys?
Your boys.
Yeah.
The boys from Utah. It's such a white team, isn't it? White community. I chose not to play anything on that particular game. I've set a new rule for myself, like just to avoid the teams and players where there's big changes, new players into a new team. Like, I hate knowing there's not enough data for me to work with and just taking the risk anyway, and then it loses. I feel like such an idiot. Like, I was one of those idiots who jumped on De'Aaron Fox assists not too long ago where
where in the first game.
Yeah, so it was based on one game. We had one game of data. We're like, De'Aaron Fox is a playmaker in the Spurs offense. I hated the fact that I got that wrong. Like, I can accept losing.
Can I make you feel better about it, though? I mean, Chris Paul had 7 potential assists and 7 assists. De'Aaron Fox still had more touches, more potential assists, was still the point guard, for the majority of the game in that one. They played like crap and lost a game to the Hornets. That was just like a whole team effort of shit. But yeah, we jumped on it a little bit too quickly, but we had more reasoning than just like, look what he did last game. It was more than just the potential assists and assists from last game. It was a little bit more than that. So I'm gonna give us a little bit of credit. I wouldn't be so quick to defend you that heavily if I also wasn't in the exact same boat as you. I'm defending our boat there. But I feel you. I didn't care about that for Utah because the other thing I like about Utah is like, they just lost to who was it? They lost by like a whole bunch of points. It was was it this game against the Pacers where they lost by like double digits? Either way, they lost a recent game by a ton, and Lauri Markkanen was in the fourth quarter, still just trucking along, which told me like, it doesn't matter if they're getting blown out. They're just going to keep playing these dudes. They feel comfortable running those guys out and still losing those games, which is great for them. So I took the Walker Kessler on the boards as well. I guess the Lakers have been a bit better limiting centers.
The Lakers have been so much better, and I don't understand why.
Yeah. This brilliant dude in the comments who told me I should watch more NBA games, which my wife would thoroughly disagree with you that I should watch more NBA games. But he was like, bro, it's because they're doing a better job of pushing centers out of the paint. You should watch the games. My bad, dude. You're right. It's because they're better at pushing people out of the paint. I can't believe I didn't realize that when I was watching the games. What great analysis from you, homie. But either way, I don't give a shit. It's still Walker Kessler, Jackson Hayes. I don't think he's gonna be chasing Jackson Hayes out to the 3-point line in his pick and roll action. And then Jared Vanderbilt's still pretty small limit here. Like 20 minutes is still his max. So like everybody talking about how good of a rebounder he is, it's like great. He can be a great rebounder on the floor for 18 to 20 minutes today, and that still won't be as many minutes as Walker Kessler's seeing. And
what's Vando's rebounds line? Because he's someone that I've been looking at closely. It's at 5.5. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. So my bad, David. I missed what you were saying there. For all our wags, what's that?
Is that our wives?
Is that wives and girlfriends?
Oh, wives and girlfriends.
Yeah, wives and girlfriends. Right. Wags. Yeah.
Or I guess it should be significant others.
Yeah. Are we talking about Walker Kessler right now? Yeah, she's bad. I don't know what Vando's girl looks like. I'm sure she's not ugly. 5.5 plus money. Does that interest you?
Plus money always gets my attention.
I know.
Because Jackson Hayes is not a rebounder. He's one of those rim protecting idiots who's going to jump at every shot. Like,
right.
And LeBron's not there to stat pad these boards, all right? Oh, he is there. Sorry, is LeBron playing?
Yeah, he and Luka are probable.
Yeah, so that's probably the only risk in it with Bron and Luka trying to get their numbers. Then Vando's probably a no from me.
And this comes back to why you would not bet on this game is you would not bet on the Lakers. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's vague comments from JJ Redick saying things like Luka's going to have a healthy amount of minutes with some word that was like, what the fuck does that mean? A healthy amount of minutes. Thanks for the tip there, Jay. So yeah, not interested in hitting up these Lakers props, but you're gonna have to pry these Utah props from my cold dead fingers.
No, you're the Utah Jazz whisperer. I'm not. I'm gonna let you run with it.
It's really easy. You just find Isaiah Collier's assist or points and assists, and you hit the button that says over or more, and then you look like a genius. It's really easy, actually. It's crazy. Let's see what happens with Dame Lillard before I talk too much about this. But outside of Bobby P, did you have anything you want to talk about? Because the Warriors for me are another. I'm just not touching it until I know what Jimmy Butler and I think it's going to work to a degree. The Warriors haven't had someone to be able to score from the foul line down with any kind of success at all forever since I've been watching them. So now they do. It's probably going to work the in to out game better, but I don't know what that means for assists or rebounds or points or when Jimmy's going to do what Jimmy wants to do.
Yeah. One look I had in this Bucks game, I got on Gary Trent Jr., but I think since Dame's status changed, they've pulled his lines.
Yeah.
So
is Dame still questionable? I believe
so.
Okay.
He wasn't when I looked last night, so I jumped straight on Gary at 11.5, assuming that moves up if Dame is out. But I don't know. Part of me likes it with Dame in. I just feel like he'll get more and better looks with Dame in the lineup. But
to your point, I was looking at Dame dimes before I did too much else. I don't know quite what the matchups will be, but we do know this is the starting lineup right here is Steph, Jimmy, Buddy, Dre, and Quentin. Quentin Post. The white guy with the name Quentin, which he spells with an I and then the E. Just shout out Quentin. Sounds like he's from the hood. Not sure if he is or not, but shout out to you, Quentin. All right, so if that's the starting lineup, then I guess on if you're talking about Dame being out there, I guess you put Jimmy on him. Right? Like, yeah, it's Jimmy. They could even do something like start Gary Payton. So, yeah, I'm out. But you wanted spot up shooters against the Dubs, right? And you went with Gary instead of AJ.
Yeah, I like Gary a lot more than AJ. I feel
I could make your point for you about Gary by just having AJ up, right? Because it's similar stuff down here, right?
Yeah, similar types of players, play type analysis. But when you see Gary, his volume is it's erotic. Like, especially without Giannis, he gets the green light. Like he's just going to chuck. So his 3-pointers are a good look, but so are his points. I think his line's 1.5 3-pointers. So
when it comes back,
he's been.
It's not available on any weird Australian books or anything, right?
It's not available on anything at all now until Dame's status is clear. But one to look out for is what I'd say.
So if he comes back, if Gary Trent comes back at I think if Dame's out, he comes back at 13, 14 and a half.
Yeah, then I probably wouldn't take it. I would take this if Dame is in, because then you'll catch an 11.5.
Right.
Yeah.
Agreed. I'm with you on that. I considered Brolo, by the way. Oh, here this is the Heat stuff. Yeah.
You love a bit of Brolo. I've noticed. He's one of your guys.
This is Tuesday stuff, and then Suggs is out for sure. Okay, cool. So I would consider Brolo. I mean, first of all, the points. He's up to 16.5 without Giannis. I thought the rebounds would be better. Obviously, there's just 3 games. He's averaging 4.2, but there's 3 games he's gone over, or I guess 4 right here with the Cavs. Yeah,
but he's going to chase Quentin around. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if I like the board exactly. Like he and Quentin are both just going to be, standing on the 3-point line,
stretching each other out. You could say.
Big pause, but yeah, that would be one way that you could phrase it. But all right, let's move on to a couple other things here. I'm going to look at my card, but I'm going to run through the comments as well. Quick reminder too to go ahead and give the video a like while you're in here. Got plenty of people in here, so we should get those likes up. Much appreciated. If you are not following Daft, obviously hit him up at Daft Previews on YouTube. That's pretty much where people should find you is the YouTubes, right? You're not doing too much tweeting these days.
Nah, I'm considering jumping into the wild world of Instagram, but we'll see.
Yeah,
my old ass is not good with technology.
Yeah, you should just start every post with a picture of a hot chick, and then have your carousel after that. Then put your pics up after that to get the engagement on IG.
Let's go.
All right. So, do you want to lead us to the next game you have, and I'll look at some comments here to see if there's any picks from the game that we're in. But have at it, free reign of the menu here.
Yeah, we can go to the promised land. Let's go to the Orlando Magic versus the Hawks. I get a lot of criticism on my channel that I don't bet enough unders.
Okay.
And that's because I don't like them. Because I say that I don't like, I'm being honest, I don't like doing them. The whole experience is awful.
Yeah.
But this is a game I'm not going to watch. So happy to take an under here. So I'm smashing on a Okongwu under 12.5 assists and rebounds.
He sucks.
He sucks. Well, the thing is, he's great in limited minutes. Now that he's playing starter minutes, he's not as effective unless he's playing against Wemby. And he's not playing against Wemby today. Yeah. He gets my man Goga, a little bit of Wendell Carter Jr. He's projected to play 28 minutes today. So if you look at 26 to 30 minutes is a fair range, and you look at the filter against the top 10 teams in rebounding, or in rebounds allowed, under in 6 to 7, averaging 9 rebounds and assists. The matchup is awful. The Magic play slow. They don't give up many assists, don't give up many rebounds.
Yeah.
So happy to take the under there on one of my African Kings.
Yeah. You've got Niang coming in, maybe stealing some minutes, and then Capella to be back in this one. Crazy. Niang played a whole bunch of minutes last game. Now, Capella was out, but I haven't seen him on the injury report, so I'm not sure is he playing in this game, CC?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, he doesn't have any lines, but they have Niang up here, and yet, oh, he does. Okay, my bad. I have to keep scrolling. He just got these up recently. But either way, you're gonna have some battling for minutes, and I don't think Okongwu did himself any favors when Capella missed like 5 games, and he was straight booty for like 5 games, just absolute garbage. Which I fooled me once, shame on me. I didn't get fooled again. I'm gonna tell you that. Oh, and then Mohammed, Mr. Gay is should be playing as well. He doesn't have props.
That's another one of my African Kings.
Yeah, he's the man. I love Mo Gay. Yeah. But yeah, no, that's the only place I would go. Okay, so you did take the under though on Okongwu, and you got it 12.5, and it's already down, right? 10.
What's it at now?
It's like I think you can get 11.5 on.
Whoa!
But that got juiced, yeah.
Yeah, I think what's his rebounds prop alone?
6, it's 8.5. Interesting, yeah. You can even get under 9.5.
Yeah.
If you want to take minus 160, but yeah, I wouldn't be in a rush to bet his boards versus Orlando. That's a big time under.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't want to take that. I'm with you. Might go ahead and just tell you even 8.5. I mean,
even take it down to 6.5. Why not? Like, just fucking ball out.
Yeah. Whatever. Go all the way down. I'll be fine with that. In those games with Clint Capella, let me just look at it real quick. You put Clint Capella out there, still at about 8 per. It's about the same. Doesn't really matter. It's just about when he was like getting minutes. He was starting over here and then getting like 20, 32 minutes. And then when he started doing ass again, they were like, never mind. Like, what are we doing playing?
Yeah.
What the hell's wrong with us? So
I
love the under there. I love the under on
a lot of my picks that I've run, but I've also got a list of some risky bullshit as well. If you guys want to get stupid with it, because that's what I'm about.
Yeah.
Like,
did you do
what did I say last time? Remember I said last time, fucking Josh Green over 1.5 assists, and he got 5.
Yeah, you did. You wanted to ladder him to 3. Disgusting. So what's you have a gross? You have a nasty boy bet right here.
We can call them bitch or beast parlays. No, it's not even a parlay actually. It's just they're straight bets. So, I'm looking at running Caruso over 10 points today.
That's where you're going. You're going to this.
Yeah, Elmer Fudd, baby. Let's go.
Elmer Fudd. Jesus. 10 points, you said?
Yeah. Bit of Space Jam. Because what's his regular line is like 6.5, right?
Yeah.
I did the bullshit math I made up in my head. And I was like, if he's exceeding this, he's likely getting 10 anyway. And like you can get this for like plus 250, 275. So I was like, I can just run a small amount on this. He's going to get a little bit more minutes with sweet Isaiah out of the lineup.
Yeah.
Good matchup for spot up shooters and
for lineup.
Case and Wallace. Yeah. So, and this Pelicans defense sucks. Like his volume's not going to be high, but if there are turnovers and he's getting out in transition, makes 1 or 2 open threes, then we're cooking here.
Yeah. So 10 shots, 7 shots in the last 2 games here, 27 minutes. My only fear for him would be that he's just the old man on the roster at this point, and like if they're just slapping the Pellies across the face like we think they're going to.
And this is why I would not bet 1 unit on his regular line of 6.5.
Yeah,
it's maybe half a unit on 10 points, because if he makes 2 threes, he's going to hit this.
Yeah, I feel you. especially getting out in transition. This transition is just absolutely terrible. So
doo-doo.
No sense. Yeah,
So
second
layups
worst.
and open threes. That's the Elmer Fudd recipe there.
Yeah, that's not even that gross. Like you said, if he just hits the open threes, which they also just give up a ton of off the catch and shoot, then you're good to go there. Did real quick, there's obviously, David, you would let us know if Musa Diabate or anybody like that had been ruled in, because if we're already in the muck and the nasty, we might as well talk about the Hornets and the Nets for 1 second.
If you want to talk about the Nets, D'Angelo Russell is available to play. That's the most recent thing I got.
Okay, gotcha.
That guy fucking sucks. I hate D'Angelo Russell. I can't get that guy.
You can target folks against him though.
Yeah.
I've made money betting defense for nothing.
He does not. He does not enjoy playing defense. It's very true. He usually skips those. He usually skips those defensive drills.
Same with Kuzma for what it's worth.
Oh yeah, Kuzma, of course. Yeah, no, you're not gonna get defense out of that guy. And now he's.
But we got to wait on LaMelo's status, right? Or there's like half the Charlotte roster was game time decisions.
Yeah, everybody is. But I already took Miles on the rebounds. Oh, I actually lost my CLV. Let's go to the wrong direction.
Nice. That's good for your account health.
Yeah, exactly. Good account health there. Or my buddy's account health. Minus 110. Minus 110 is still good. I mean, I guess FanDuel likes it at plus 102. You could buy out and buy in on FanDuel if you want. That's great. I mean, he's still at about 9 boards per 36 minutes when he plays without Mark Williams or Nick Richards this season. We might have some Yusuf Nurkic out there in this one. I believe he's going to be out there, but we're still waiting on like everybody, right? Like Musa and everybody else is still Isaiah Wong. I just threw Wong out there as well. Everyone's favorite point guard. I love Isaiah Wong. Where's this Hornets? Yeah. So, and then Josh Green, your homie, the Australian King, he's questionable. So is Nick Smith Jr. So, but yeah, there's plenty of guys to your point, David, to target to go over. LaMelo could be one of them. What's he? 27.5 points. That actually kind of feels kind of low, even though he hadn't been scoring for a bit. Still took.
I'll tell you what's an interesting look for teams constructed like the Nets, and the Hornets right now, is because I wouldn't say they're tanking because that's disrespectful, but they know they're not going anywhere, right? Mm-hmm. These guys are going to run deep rotations, 8, 9, maybe 10 players, and play a lot of people between 20 and 30 minutes. If you can catch some players with their lines between like 6.5 and 9.5, like they're going to get the opportunities to hit that. And I've been watching the Nets closely, and it's cooked me a few times. But this Tosan guy, very effective in limited minutes. Yeah, except for the time I bet on him, which is his most recent game. But so once the lines for the Hornets come out, for those players who have lines under 10 points, I'll be taking a closer look at that.
I like it. I mean, that's everybody. This actually is making me a little bit intrigued here. Now, so this is Legacy King, aka Jabba the Hutt, one of the cappers with his own channel in the Discord. He does hit these let's call it like angry player narratives pretty well, or just motivation. If that was Melo, I mean, he's pretty petty. This is a pretty awful team in the Nets. Just whatever metrics you want to look at, that does make. I'm already kind of intrigued by LaMelo, and that does intrigue me even more. I'm gonna be honest. I hate to say it. Strus ruled out. Yeah. Okay. So DeAndre Hunter. Let's go. We'll come back to LaMelo. Yeah. I mean, once people are ruled in, I don't think his points are going to go up too much. Like there's people are going to be ruled in, stays right around 27.5. But all right, well, this is nasty. So he's not on Atlanta anymore. Which team is DeAndre Hunter on? All right, okay, here we go. Cleveland. So
that's a good pickup, I must say.
Yeah, it was. I forget who. Oh, it was the Levert who went to Atlanta. Yeah. 14.5 on MGM. And Strus rolled out. Like it does seem like he would start. It kind of might be that he has to guard Ant, to be honest. That might be his matchup, because that was going to be Strus's matchup. And I think Ant's
if Ant plays, right?
I think he's going to play. Yeah. He sat against who? The Wiz or somebody? Who they just play? Yeah, the Wizards is who he just sat against. So I think
Hunter plays 25 to 30 tonight.
Who's that?
DeAndre Hunter, 25 to 30 minutes.
Yeah. Who's the minivan?
The George Niang, the minivan.
He's not
who else they gave up. I know.
I got you. Yeah. Also in the trade, who's on Atlanta at this point? Right. Wait, why is he mini? You told me this. I forgot. Why is he minivan?
Because of how he handles it. Takes him a while to get warmed up. He's kind of like a bigger guy.
Right. He is
And then
shaped
they
like
call
a
I
Mitchell
thought it
the
was just
Ferrari.
fat shaming when I heard it.
I thought you were saying he's shaped like a minivan because he actually is shaped like a minivan. And he's got like a booty do where his stomach sticks out way further than his booty do. You know what I'm talking about? That's Burton. Yeah, he's a booty do. All right, let's keep it moving. DeAndre Hunter 14.5 is a look. I see where you're at, Free Sauce. I'm scared because once again, I don't have data. I don't have my data, so I don't know if I want to bet on DeAndre Hunter. But yeah, that would be the look, and I do think he's going to have to guard Ant. I might be done betting on the Cavs, to be honest. They just never do what I need them to do when I need them to do it, and I'm pretty good on that. But
and he's playing with some high usage guys like Mitchell, Garland. You put Mobley in the mix.
Yeah,
I think Hunter's probably just going to be used as a spot up shooter. Probably not much outside of that.
Yep, that's kind of what he became in Atlanta as well, to be honest. And then yeah, if you can get out into transition, but I don't think I like that against the T-Wolves. What are they against transition? 15th. Oh, I thought they'd be better. Yeah, and spot up, that would be another way to beat them if you're interested in that. So I don't hate it, but yeah. Did you have anything for this game?
I was looking at Donovan Mitchell assist, great hit rate play. Darius Garland over 3-pointers made, hit rate play. I shared the Garland 3-pointers on my video last night because I was tossing out of the two, which one do I want to take? I saw the Donovan Mitchell lines moving aggressively. That was like close to plus money at 4.5. And now it's probably like minus 160. So I was like, I'm not going to share that because then people are going to complain they can't get the line. Whereas Darius Garland threes, I think it'll hold around 2.5.
Yeah.
Hit rate is great. Volume is excellent. What I found when I was doing my nerd stuff, Jaden McDaniels is the one who picks up Darius Garland. Doesn't pick up Donovan Mitchell at all.
Yeah.
So, but what I noticed with Jaden McDaniels, he likes to go under screens, which makes sense. Like if you're defending a KD, like if those are your main matchup most of the time, you can go under screens on those guys because they're looking for a different shot. Whereas Darius Garland's looking for a three. So when they go under screens, he's going to pull up. So I've got him, Darius Garland, taking at least 8 attempts today. I said if he takes at least 8, I'll live with the result.
Right. To hit 3. What's the number that you got?
Yeah, to hit 3, 2.5.
What was the odds?
I got minus 120.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I figured that would be around what you'd get there.
Yeah.
Would you take it at these numbers at this point?
No, I think the points might be a better pivot.
Yeah, I guess because Strus is ruled out, but it might come back down a little bit. Pinnacle just came back out at minus 122, so maybe these guys will drag it back down.
Yeah.
Points are 20.5, 19.5. Okay.
So points are coming down. This was over 20 last night. So
yeah, that's weird. With Strus out, I wonder. I do wonder. Yeah. Okay. I don't have a strong desire to bet on this. I was gonna wait to see what happened with Ant and Mike Conley. And to be honest, if Mike Conley is ruled out and Ant is ruled in, which I think Conley's legit questionable, I think Ant is likely to play in this one, then I would be going back to my guy, to Nah. I just love him. So, Nah. I mean, I'm just going to keep calling him Nah. But yeah, Nah would be starting in place of Conley, and he just continues to be a wagon, 15+ points, that kind of stuff. Whenever he gets like 30+ minutes, really good player. Then will be spotting up against a Cavs team that's what you get against them is the spot up. Also, Jaden McD, this is so impressive for him. 17 shots, didn't make a 3 and got 30 points. For someone like him, doesn't have much of a bag. Well, let's just say what it is like, and he got that. I mean, against the Blazers,
plastic bag.
Yeah, you say he has plenty in the bag.
No, it's a plastic bag. Like it's still useful. It just looks like shit.
Right. You can't put that much stuff in it, but it's a bag, right? Damn, yeah. That's
you wouldn't put anything valuable in it. So.
Right. You can't lock it up. But yeah, what about would you want to? I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't think I'm gonna have anything for Evan Mobley. Like I'm pretty out on the Cavs, man. I really hate. I used to like betting on Jared Allen to a degree. Evan Mobley has stepped it up with the boards, which has eaten into Jared Allen. Now I got to figure out which one's going to get boards on each night, which is the same bullshit I've been dealing with Garland and Mitchell, where I got to figure out which one's going to do it tonight. I'm out, man.
Yes,
I'm out.
I agree with you completely. All
right, cool. Good
Great
on
team.
that.
If you're going to bet Cavs, like just bet money lines and spreads. Like stay away from the players.
Yeah, facts.
Unless you're predicting a blowout, then you can start hammering their bench props. But outside of that, I don't think it's worth it.
Yep, agreed. All right. Well, let's move on to a different one. I'm gonna move on to a different game. Can you point us there? And I'm gonna remind people to go ahead and give the video a like if you have not yet done so. I'm gonna be jumping in the comments right now. Mostly, I've got my card down, scrolling on the bottom there, so I need to add a few to it. And I'm happy to either steal Daff's as he gives them to us. Not to bring up old shit. I know this has just been a little bit traumatic for you recently, so I don't want to steal your picks, bring too much traba your way. But I will be looking at some stuff. Let's see. All right, we got one from Crank Zone. Malik Monk. Oh man, yeah. Right. That was the joke interview that he was doing. I'm out on the Kings. Lead me to where you want to go here, Daft.
I'm thinking, did I take a bet on the Kings?
Ugh. Oof.
I did, but it's not
DJ's
most
still questionable.
I'm assuming half of them are still questionable.
So is Max Christie.
Yeah. So Max Christie was an interesting one. I was so close to betting on this until I looked at the injury report a little bit closer. My concern there is that he's got a right shoulder strain.
Yeah.
Which is heavily important when you rely on shooting.
You do want your shoulder to be healthy when you're shooting. That's a really good point.
Yes. It's very simple, but often overlooked, I would say.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah. So that's probably more of a warning for everyone taking Max Christie based on his recent form.
Yeah. And it's a good matchup for spot up shooters, obviously.
Yes.
But I agree with you on that. Yeah, we're not going to get news about them. I got a few from this game too, though. J-Main brought DeRozan under 20.5. He also brought Sabonis assists. Anything there fancy or tickle?
DeMar's been playing like crap, so I get the look on the under if you're looking at recent form, playing like ass.
Yeah,
but you could say he's due for positive regression soon, right?
Yeah.
So it's a ticking time bomb, really.
I'm gonna be honest here too. Like, I can't get next to this 2025 version of the Chicago Bulls. I don't want to deal with that. Like, did you want to bet on the Bulls last season? Not really.
Only against them.
Or only against them.
If they were playing Washington, I would.
Right. Or when one of Levine or DeMar was off and they were finally like, yes, okay, great. I can actually shoot without worrying about the other dude hogging the ball.
You want to sneaky look?
I don't know that I would touch
sneaky
anything.
Kings look?
What's that?
Keon Ellis.
Yeah.
Points and rebounds.
He's been better lately, I suppose.
Yeah.
Nice hit rate on the board.
Keon Ellis, 9.5 points and rebounds. Obviously, the rebound rate is nice.
Yeah.
Points since the trade have been pretty decent. I think he's projected to play about 25, 26 minutes in this game.
Yeah.
So Keon Ellis is going to get some game time, especially if you think about who's going to be checking Kyrie. I think Keon Ellis probably deserves a couple more minutes.
That's it. That's
and then the play type is nice as well. So Keon Ellis, he's one of those. He's a 3-and-D guy. He sits in the corner. Dallas, pretty good defensively, but vulnerable around the corners.
This is making me think about what J-Main's saying here, where I'm like, actually, with Malik Monk potentially getting a little bit of a decrease in usage, definitely in minutes, I mean, then that means you got a plus defender minus offender on in Keon Ellis on the floor. Right. So then that means potentially some more shots for DeRozan, and also could actually lead to some the other look being potentially good. But I don't know how this offense is going to look now. We just got a brand new team that we got to figure out. These Sabonis potentials are at 7, 9, 4, 3, 12 even. Like, oof, that's some nasty work.
Which is interesting, because you wouldn't think that, like, you add Zach LaVine, you remove De'Aaron Fox, and suddenly Domantas Sabonis can't dime up. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's not good. I'll put it that way. It's like it's all not great right now in Sacramento. So not much of a desire. And then we're gonna get plenty more of this man as well. Joe Val, like, I don't know, man. He's played 14 minutes and gotten like 12 rebounds this season. Now he's, coming out there 14 minutes, 6 points. I don't know.
Well, he's projected to play 12 minutes in every game because Sabonis is projected to play 36.
Right.
He'll see more when Sabonis gets into foul trouble.
Yep.
So
good on that. Yeah, good on all of it. Maybe Gafford because of the minutes, but I don't really know what to do with this game without knowing what these teams are going to be doing. So, good there. Point me elsewhere. I'm gonna see if what we got in the comments here.
You got anything in the Heat Celtics game?
Not, because the two most important players in it, and three most, including Tyler Hero, are all questionable.
Nice.
Now we got Andrew Wiggins and Davion Mitchell coming in this game as well. Like, no, what do you got?
I got one of the most handsome men in the NBA, Derek White. And I just tend to back Derek White with Drew Holiday's not there. It's not like he sees more minutes or anything. Derek White's always going to play the same volume of minutes anyway.
Yeah.
But his opportunities are there. So Drew Holiday is the guy that you typically leave open when you play Boston. They're going to bomb a lot of threes anyway, and you leave Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
Now Pusha P gets a little bit more game time. Then it's like, all right, you got to pick your poison.
Yeah.
And Derek White finds his opportunities, scores quite well, dimes up as well. So, and the matchup against Miami is good, right? They're going to give up spot up shooting. And
right.
I'm just rolling with the percentages here. Derek White's finally making some shots. If he continues to make them, then we're good. So is that points and assists or just points?
This is just points now.
Damn. What's the points and assists line at?
Assists are 4.5, juice to the over.
Oh, damn. I got this at 19.5.
Yeah.
And I took this also knowing that if Jaylen Brown or Tatum are out,
it's skyrocketing.
It skyrockets because if Drew Holiday's out and either Tatum or Brown are out, he's averaging 20 plus points over the last 2 years. So,
yeah, we're last two.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Dude just drew. Dude, but yeah, this is a lot. We still have Kristaps playing. Yeah. It went up when they were not at shoot around. Oh, right, because both those guys were not at shoot around.
Right. So there's chances they're both out.
Yeah. There's a chance. I think at least one of them is out. It was also optional shoot around for to be a stickler. But yeah, they weren't at it. So whatever that tells you, it's the NBA, man. We're all trying to figure it out. But that is why it's a good shot by David. That's why the number went up for him. Was that there could have also been something on the establish the run projections that came out like an hour and 15 minutes ago. There could have been something there, but this one isn't really worth talking about too much unless we know if one or two or the three best players in this game are going to actually be out there. So,
well, that's the lines move to the point now where you're basically betting on whether Brown or Tatum play. Like it's got nothing to do with Derek White anymore.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And this would have been better to take it like 15.5, which is probably what the points were at. At a certain point, I would have gone back to that. But when I saw 17.5, I was like, they're definitely pricing this like they're at least one of them isn't playing. In which case, it's not a bad bet. But this defense is better when you're on ball, and if he's on ball more because Tatum's not out there, and he's the secondary ball handler now behind Jaylen Brown will do most of it, and it'll be him. Then I don't know how much I feel about that. There's a couple of things I was going to pull up from the comments, but I also just thought of something, which was Kristaps rebounds against the Miami Heat. What are those at? 7.5 is pretty doable. Hasn't been getting that recently. He was having some good games boarding up. Hasn't been the case, but he might be getting a bit more minutes. 7.5 is about where it should be, and he's had some pretty nasty rebounding games recently. So let me pivot from that thought.
And I feel like Miami have also improved in the rebounding department since that Kryptonian entered the starting lineup. So
Hillel.
Yeah. So
he's not from the planet. Yeah, that's fair. People have been asking me about him today if Hero's out, and I'm just like, well, he's better when there's someone out there to help him out, to be honest. And then I don't know what Wiggins is going to do to this. Probably nothing. It's like there's so many games I watched with the Dubs where I was like, oh, Andrew Wiggins is playing. I forgot. It's the third quarter. I totally forgot Andrew Wiggins was playing. That's probably just going to be the case on the Heat a ton, right? So good on that. I'll come back to this one if we get a ruling on one of those guys. I'll take a look at it more closely. There were some interesting looks from the Thunder Pellies for a minute, which I think we know who's in it, so we can kind of make some assumptions here.
Outside of Alex Caruso,
you already talked about Caruso. You gave the 10 plus points. Yeah,
but I mean, there are interesting looks outside of him.
Oh, are they? Yeah. Probably nothing as interesting as Alex Caruso 10 plus points. God, come on the show and get us all around.
Where's my headband? I'm gonna wear one.
Put your. Love it. Love the ball guy headband. Oh,
I look like Deron Williams out there on the court.
Do people tell you look like Derek White, right?
Only since I said it in my last video. I usually get like Deron Williams,
really,
like Jamal Tinsley. Someone called me Carlos Boozer the other day. I didn't like that.
Are you only friends with people who know 90s and early 2000s basketball players? They're calling you Boozer and Darren Williams. Also, are you friends with Utah?
Well, I play with people your age. Let's say that.
Okay. All right. That's fair. Let's leave it at that. Aaron Wiggins was the look that I saw that intrigued me for a minute from Rocket Sauce. Yeah, Boozer, by the way. What a shout. Remember when do you remember when he put nail polish or whatever it was all over? Okay, cool. Let's move on.
Can I quick Boozer story? I
Yeah,
mentioned the Boozer look-like thing in one of my videos. I think it was when I did that live stream a few days ago when you were absent, when you were questionable with illness. And someone left a comment saying, I bought my mother-in-law a Carlos Boozer jersey because she was an alcoholic and it didn't go well.
That would be amazing, though. Grandma should have worn that and repped it. That's fire. This is a look. I mean, this is the NBA Player of the Week, by the way. He has been killing it. This should be another blowout. He's been in the starting lineup. Like, anything for you on that one?
No, I love it. I think that did I call it out in the stream the last time he blew up like crazy?
Yeah.
I said Aaron Wiggins could be a look, and then he's been on a tear ever since.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I think you actually trashed him in the stream. That's what happened, and then you went off.
Yes, very much so. I think for him,
it was a 41-point game.
I'm waiting for it to stop. That's where I'm at with Aaron Wiggins. It's like this has been going on for too long, and the line's still not moving. Yeah,
he's shooting 50%. Oh wow, young Uncle Phil. He's shooting 50% from the field or better in the last 4 where he's going over. So 5 rather. So there's gonna be a come down to earth moment. Isaiah Joe is out, but if you got something on Caruso, then you're good there.
I think 15 for Wiggins is a good shout. Just take him for 15. Take him for 15 points.
Yeah. I mean, he's been 4 of the last 5. Seems worth it against a bad team here. That's going to leave him pretty open. So I could see that with Wiggs.
Still projected to play 29 minutes or at least around there. So opportunities will be there.
Interesting look here for me would be Grand Theft Alvarado in some fashion. Mostly I'm just trying to figure it out because I think he's going to be playing another bunch of minutes. I think he's going to be the guy guarding SGA, which probably not going to work out that great, but I do think that's going to be the matchup for at least part of this game. I think he started in this last one too, and CJ's out. So I would consider it. If he's getting the minutes, I'd have to look at it. Let's see if he plays 25 plus, if we got anything there. 25 plus brings him up to about 15 a game on the points. The dime's up still about 6. So I don't know if we should be scared that he didn't score against the Kings.
Bounce back. What about threes? A lot of your shots are threes.
That's true. Missed. He was 1 for 5.
Plus money, though.
Yeah. But I'm saying if he takes... He's averaging, let's see, what are the threes average when he's playing these many minutes? Goes up to about 7 3 attempts per game.
How good is that feature, that add-on for prop?
It's fire. I was begging him.
I know.
I was so annoying for as long as I could be. And then I finally had to stop, and I was like, he said he's working on it. And then it's everything. Yeah, it's everything.
Tatum in, Brown is out, apparently.
You said it, Chance. That was a sweat on the Pascal. There's like him just catching a bullshit one. That we deserve that though. We deserve that. That was a nice little +5 unit day that day. All right. I know people like Zion on the points. I got to run in a minute too. I know I said I was going to go long, but I've got to buckle down on a couple of these because I have too small of a card for 10 while we've got so many games and then nothing coming up. This is one more look here we got from TJK, our boy here. Clarkson and Collier. Also another Hannah Not Hannah in the Discord for all you who want to follow along with his picks. Highly recommend. Clarkson and Collier combo so far when starting versus LA. The Clips. Collier 9 assists, 2 to Clarkson versus Golden State. Collier 11 assists, 4 to Clarkson. So yeah, I see what you're saying. So like Clarkson on the points, and then Collier to continue on the assists because we have no Colin Sexton tonight. So all these C's, yeah, that does add up to me. If you look back at that Utah game, I know you're pretty much out on that one, but I could see that for sure. One other look, and then I am in a roll because we do got to get a couple of things. I got to look at this Boston game a little bit more closely. It was in this game, I believe. Was it in this game? I just lost my thought. Oh, it was Blazers. Jeremy Grant, if he does go, he's questionable. Just keep in mind that he destroys the Nuggets. When he destroys, I use loosely, but basically since he left the Nuggets, he's played 7 games against them. In all 7 games, he's gotten more than 17.5 points and rebounds. Different usage on different teams. Totally get it. It's not just something that I would just use, but petty enough to probably care if you want to just play a hit rate thing head to head. That would add up. Also, I don't know if everybody saw that Julian Strawther played 39 minutes the other night with MPJ out, and MPJ is questionable. If MPJ misses again, I will be playing over 10.5 points for Julian Strawther. Might even just hit it now to be honest. But I don't know if it's going to be a blowout necessarily. Portland been looking awesome. It's a pretty big spread. It is in Portland, which they have working for them, or is it in Denver, actually? It's in Denver.
It's in Denver.
Yeah, so this is in Denver, which is actually why I would be a little bit weary of just betting Portland, but might not be a blowout for like right away, essentially. Either way, Strother, I think, is going to be a good look. Those 39 minutes, I don't think are fluke. He was playing well, but 6 for 15 from the field. Like, it's not like he was on fire and they couldn't take him out. It was that they wanted an extra shooter and they don't have one, despite the complete difference in size. Like, we're talking like, I don't know, 6 inches, 7 inches. But at the same time, like, Strother's a shooter, so you're just going to keep him out there. So, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at, but feeling a little bit like I need to get some other stuff out on the card with my research here. So,
can you quickly look at Christian Brown rebounds? The chat's gone crazy for it. They're thirsty.
Did they? Let me get back to this. Yeah. Let's get back to it. CB boards, are they more than 4.5? Whoa, 5.5. So this hit rate, I love to come and see all the green. Got to be a big part of it. So it's without Westbrook, right? And then one game was without Gordon. And then that was basically it. And then one game without Murray, and then MPJ. So there's been somebody missing in all of these games, except for like one against the Pellies. Pretty good rebounding matchup overall. Did you have any thoughts on it?
I tend to avoid hit rate plays, and the matchups aren't confirmed. So it's You kind of have to know who's playing before you take that bet. If everybody's in, then you wouldn't. But if people are out, then it's probably worth a look. Yeah,
that's the patience thing, and that's why a lot of these picks come down to the VIP for me 20 minutes before game time when I actually have a lineup and know who's playing. So, all right, I'm with all that. I got a couple of things to look at. I think Franz Wagner was brought up. I can see that in their matchup with Atlanta, getting some boards, Goga boards. The Hawks have been awful, kind of against center specifically. Kind of lines up with going under on Onyeka as well. So, yeah. All right. I'm going to call it there. Appreciate you jumping on, my man. We'll definitely be doing this again soon, I'm assuming, yeah?
Absolutely.
All right. Perfect. All right. Definitely make sure to give this video a like before you're on your way out. I'm going to be jumping into the VIP with y'all here in a minute, and we'll be getting going with you guys. So I'll have a video out tonight. I know Daff will be doing his thing as well, so you can check those out. Until we see you next, happy betting.
Let's go.